Damn, this water's cold.
Welcome mirrors, guys. Welcome to the movie factory.
So exciting, isn't it?
Trust me. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Ferocious, aren't they? I'm trying to put Tiger Bomb on this jungle's nuts.
I want your eyes, Greg.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
You're not gonna die.
You bitch.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on. Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
You're gonna see some serious shit.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Smoke and Mirrors with Rob, Dave, and Triz. This is episode 94, and we've scoured the web to bring you the latest in streaming, film, and entertainment news. How you doing out there, fellas?
We good.
Yeah, we good, Victor.
That was good.
Living.
Vibe is good. We living.
The vibes are present.
Monday, Sunday. Giving it to everyone. Pause. Up to date. And first, we need to fan the hammer. All right, so the Russo bros aren't returning to direct Avengers Secret Wars, even though they said, hey, that's the project we'd be up for. Destin Daniel Cretton, a name that I always fuck up and get out of order, is directing Avengers, Kang's Destiny, Dynasty. What the fuck? Ant-Man and the... That's what it's going to be from now on. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania will change the MCU permanently, according to Peyton Reed. Fantastic Four won't have an origin story built into the movie, a la Spider-Man Homecoming, and is still looking for a director. Kevin Feige was saying that Deadpool 3 is being developed alongside, with the vision in mind, like Civil War, Ragnarok, and Infinity War for a third movie, and they want to elevate that movie. The Mayans MC has been renewed for a fifth season, and that was announced at the end of Comic-Con. Famed illustrator Dave McKean has come out of retirement to do the end credits for the Sandman show, dropping next week on Netflix. San Diego Comic-Con, the Guardians Volume 3 trailer won't go online anytime soon because James Gunn said that the effects aren't done, and he's just got to tweak a couple of things before he can put that out to the public because he knows that fans will go fucking ham if the shit doesn't look right. I'm looking at you, She-Hulk. Star Trek Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds will cross over with two characters, and Jonathan Frakes is directing that episode. Taron Egerton turned down the role of Cyclops in X-Men Apocalypse. So years ago, because he wanted something else, he wanted a bigger role, and he wanted to show his eyes. Apparently, he was telling Sway in the morning. Then he dropped a freestyle.
Did he?
Nah, I don't think so. I'm the Rocket Man. Disney Plus is developing a live-action Aragon series. It's a Dragon Rider series. It's coming from a book series that sold 41 million copies. The Grey Man sequel is a go, with Christopher Marcus returning to write, so they're dropping Stephen McFeely for the sequel. While Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick are going to write the spin-off, which is aiming to be a hard R rated movie, a la Deadpool and everything else that they do. Killers of the Flower Moon could be delayed until May next year to coincide with the Cannes Film Fest. I always say Fraser, but it's Fraser. In The Whale, where he's supposed to be morbidly obese, and
600 pounds in that movie.
he looks huge with the makeup. That's him plus the makeup, though.
Yeah.
And who else is rocking the makeup is Sebastian Stan. So we also got a first look at him in A Different Man. And man, he looks like, Robert the Bruce's father in Braveheart.
Yeah.
But even more disfigured. So Holt McCallany from, you might have seen him in fucking Mindhunter, sorry.
Basically anything that Fincher did,
That's right.
this man is in there. That's his De Niro, basically.
Yeah, true. So he's joined Mission Impossible 8 alongside Tom Cruise as U.S. Secretary of Defense Bernstein. Michael Mann's Ferrari casted Jack O'Connell and Patrick Dempsey will play drivers Peter Collins and Piero Taruffi, while Sarah Gadon is playing actress Linda Christian. The Witcher 3, I don't know if the series is just plagued, like no pun intended, with just things that are just killing it, but it's halted. Production is stopped due to COVID this time around. Marissa Abella has secured the role of Amy Winehouse in the biopic. A big part of that casting was making sure that she had Jewish heritage within her lineage, and she does. Spider-Man freshman year, the new Spider-Man series that will debut on Disney Plus in 2024, I believe, uh, will, instead of having Tony Stark recruiting Peter, will have Norman Osborn recruiting Peter. Some disappointing news with Creed 3 being delayed until March next year. So yes, it's only a 4-month delay, but at this point they haven't started the promotional tour, and we've seen nothing, not even a poster. Ben Affleck will be returning as Batman in Aquaman 2. Apparently, he won't be. Michael Keaton was supposed to be the guy that was in Aquaman 2, but because Flash and Aquaman have swapped openings, it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
now it's going to be Affleck. MGM is planning a Rocky spin-off, Drago, which I don't understand how it's going to sort of play out, but it'd be good to kind of see Florian Montiano again, because I did like that guy as young Drago.
It's Victor, yeah.
Drago Jr. And a big piece of homegrown news there. So Godzilla vs. Kong 2 has started production in Queensland, Australia.
Fuck yeah.
And that is fanning the hammer.
Good work there, big dog.
Thank you.
Into them that streaming news. So we all know that we have that limited series for the revival of Justified coming out. What's happened is that they've actually had to up the security going like with the set as well, because there's been a number of shootouts that have occurred within Chicago. And one of the shootouts that occurred roughly last week on the 21st, they came through the fucking fences. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but still, like, there was a lot of action there that was going on. So they've upped the security, and they've also added a specific team that actually deals with high threat situations, which is unreal.
Yeah.
So they'll be like surveying everything that goes on with the set now. I was just saying before as well that Chicago Med got hit too. So I wouldn't be surprised if all the sets in that area start actually beefing up all of their security moving forward too. But yeah, a lot of shit going down. Thankfully no one was hurt, but hopefully moving forward none of this shit happens again. Just fucking scary shit, man.
It's going to
Yeah.
continue to happen over there. It's so what happened over there is they locked up all the OGs on the streets. The people, the guys that would tell the young boys, "Hey, don't do this. This is stupid." They locked all those guys up, man. All these guys are just doing whatever they want now. That's why it's
Jesus.
like that over there. There's no one to sort of answer to. There's no
Fuck.
head guy to answer to on the street to give all those young kids advice. That's why this is happening, B. It's disgusting. That's
Yeah.
why you need the Larry Hoovers and that out on the streets. You don't want to lock them up on trumped up charges. You need them out on the streets to give these boys guidance, because a lot of this stuff will stop happening. It's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
that's fucking wild.
Yeah. All right. So Quantum Leap, the new. It's weird because it's like sequel / remake.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. So they're switching up things a little bit behind the scenes. So what's the guy's name? Martin Gero or Gero, don't know how you say your name, mate. Has stepped in as a new showrunner. He's replacing Stephen Lillian and Brian Winbrandt, who penned the pilot. Those two will still remain on as executive producers. As well as we'll have who was it, Dean Georgaris, who's also hopped on board as an executive producer. So nobody said anything about why they sort of broke up or wasn't sort of irreconcilable differences or something like that, or anything to do with the script. They're just staying kind of mum on why it's sort of happening.
It was the network. They weren't happy with the pilot. They're happy with all the other episodes because they got 3 in the can, right? But then the
Yeah.
network was like, yeah, but that pilot. So they're doing like the weirdest thing and taking the pilot and moving it third. What the fuck?
The
What?
fuck?
Yeah. So the pilot won't be the pilot anymore. They're taking that and they're going, all right, you can be the 3rd episode because they got 3 in the tuck.
That's
So now
crazy.
the new showrunner will then have to work with that, and like the 2nd episode will now be the 1st, and the 3rd the 2nd, and then go, all right, how do I grow the story and change it mid production, which doesn't have the greatest fucking track record.
No, that's kind of trash.
Yeah, so I would say,
Maybe jumbled as hell, that show.
yeah, and you got to be like a master fucking puzzle maker in the film industry to actually get that right.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised if Quantum Leap gets a 2nd season. Like this might turn into one of those limited series now.
I reckon.
Fucking hell.
How are you supposed to like see any success when you fuck around like that?
Yeah.
That's dumb. Fuck, that's dumb.
To let these guys get 3? To let them make 3 and not have the pilot then assess it and then go from there. You know what I mean? That's the whole reason why they shop around pilots.
That's right. Because people signed on to the pilot.
That's it, yeah. And then those original showrunners sticking around as executive producers just so that they can get a credit and kind of get paid off of it
Yeah.
is kind of disgusting. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't trust the vision straight up.
Does that mean that they're just not baking these properly? Like, it's just go out and do whatever you want? Yeah, we sign off on that. And then they review it and are like, who signed off on this?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, this is the danger with giving a series order straight up. Instead of doing the whole pilot, does it work? No, go.
We need that go, no go, man.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least
Yeah.
studios need to institute it better now because it's just money out the door, son.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Fucking.
This is
Weird.
dumb.
Nobody can be like Netflix back in the day. You need to do your fucking due diligence, man. Just get the shit out the way.
And
That's
even
right.
even Netflix would do their due diligence. They'd say, no, 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 we're not doing that.
Yeah. Or limit
Yeah.
limit the budget. You know what I mean?
True.
All right. So David Harbour and Pedro Pascal are going to star in My Dentist's Murder Trial. So it's based on a New Yorker article, and it's wild, right? New Yorker article written by James Lasden. So it's about adultery, false identities, and a lethal sedation. And it tells the true story of how a dentist, Dr. Gilberto Nunez, was indicted for the death of his friend Thomas Coleman. He was like doing underhanded, shifty shit from the position of I'm a qualified dentist.
It's wild.
It's fucking crazy. There's a lot of these stories coming out, man. A lot of these stories.
Well, I mean, like especially with dentists, it's always kind of scary because they put you out. It's only the dentist and the what's his face there, and the nurse there, with you, maybe in that closed room. That's like I mean, they can get like if you've got an old phone, they can get your fingerprint. They can do everything. Get your face,
That's right.
transfer money, do this, do that, anything they want, man.
That's a bit fucking scary.
Yeah, bro. I
Fucking
would
hell.
not be fucking around. But like, and not every dentist's like that.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of stories of health professionals coming out now. I don't know if it's in the wake of COVID, in the wake of Elvis's physician, MJ's physician. Like, there's been so many of those stories. And sometimes like it's a story like what happened in New Orleans. New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Fucking hell. With those doctors in that hospital, that show that's coming out soon on Apple
That's wild,
Plus.
man.
Yeah. Where it's like that conflict of like, do I keep these people alive but they suffer, or do I put them out of their misery because they won't survive?
That's the biggest sort of discussion in the US as well is euthanasia and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Here in Australia, we allow euthanasia
Isn't that recent?
just recently the law
Yeah.
got passed. We're allowed to sort of say, yeah, I've had enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is fair.
which is
Which is fair.
I agree with it. I'd like the choice if it comes down to it.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Jesus. It's heavy shit. So we have Roland Emmerich coming to the fucking small screen for his first time doing a TV series that's ordered by Peacock. So this one's based off the Dennis Mannix novel from 1958 called Those About to Die. So this one's meant to be a sports-led epic. It's meant to have all these strong and diverse characters, and they're all trying to find paths to glory. But then all they say there's a fall from grace, so I'm assuming shit happens from there. And then trying to find somewhere to belong other than trying to find greatness in yourself, trying to be selfless.
It's a gladiator.
This is, yeah, but this is fucking different. I was not expecting Emmerich to come to the small screen, to be honest. Then I guess TV is becoming huge now anyway, so matter of time.
His
Undeniable.
first time as a director, though, yeah? Because
Yeah.
he's produced other TV before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah,
But he will direct the entire run of this.
yeah.
As well.
Because I don't know how you can sustain the Emmerich erection for 6-8 episodes. You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
full power.
Mm.
It's not like he's gonna do a small little intimate sort of fucking Shakespearean love type situation. No, it's
He's-
gonna be 2012.
Yeah, he's
It'll be the
picked-
Roman fucking Empire.
yeah, he's picked close to the greatest empire ever built,
That's it.
and focused on something that we all know about. So yeah, I think that for me, the best part of this was Robert Rodat coming back and working with Emmerich. They did some really good work in The Patriot. I really
Fuck yeah.
I really enjoy that movie.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about Rodat, his filmography.
Yeah.
But he's got some fucking bangers under his belt. Because I remember back in the day, I was tagging Rodat just in war movies and stuff, historical epics.
Yeah.
He's got a few.
Jesus.
Rodat. Bitch, I got that flame.
All right, so Taron Egerton is going to star in this this movie called Carry On. It's not it's not a comedy like those Carry On comedies. No. This one is going to be directed by Jean Colette Serra, and it's going to be one of his crazy sort of action movies. A la what's his face?
Say it.
Fuck that movie. So this one is he's going to be playing a character called Ethan Kopech. That's a wild name. So he's a young TSA agent. He's getting blackmailed by this traveler, and to transport this dangerous package and make sure it slips through security on a Christmas Day flight. So it's almost like Die Hard 2, except what's his face is in the air.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis is in the air. McClane is in the air, sorry.
It's almost Passenger 57.
Almost.
Yeah.
Except the dangerous package was Claude Rain or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah. My man. I don't
Could be
know. We'll
good.
see. Could be good. See how it goes. Some of those TSA agents were really nice to us when we were over there, so
Yeah.
I yeah. Some of these TSA agents is just normal people though, so I don't know how they're gonna pull this off. There's an elite leg of the TSA that's got special training. Or
To shoot to
something
kill.
like that. Yeah.
SWAT train TSA.
Yeah.
That is wild. Fuck it up.
Man just coming into this room.
I will say of the TSA, I always got double checked.
Yeah. Same.
All right. Diego Luna and Gail Garcia Bernal are going to partner up again for La Maquina. So Bernal plays an aging boxer whose manager, who's played by Diego Luna, secures him one last shot at a title. But to make it to the fight night, they must navigate a mysterious underworld force. So I don't know if it's like the underground passage in Bloodsport, where he's just got to fight his way through to get to the match.
Kumite.
Yeah.
Oh
Um,
shit! You see him go down that hallway as well with all the cops jumping out.
like I almost think like this guy, Gail Garcia Bernal, he's a mad actor. He could be in like some of the biggest dramatic roles, but then he does stuff like Old, and he's gonna be in Werewolf by Night. It's like, yeah.
Maybe he just needs like maybe it's just his manager giving him all these choices, and he's just like, yeah, fuck it,
Payday, baby.
yeah, let's get it. What do you call it? When you said like La Machina, I was like Conway the Machines. We also have Kristen Ritter. Always say Christian. Fucking hell. So she's going to be executive producing as well as starring in Orphan Black, which is her like AMC series. Uh, since she hasn't been in an AMC series since fucking Breaking Bad. Um, so this one, so it's a whole new series, and it's meant to take a deep dive into the exploration of the scientific manipulation of human existence, and how it starts. That's going to follow like a group of women as they interact with one another, whilst they're also looking to solve the mystery of their identity in the process. And Ritter's going to play one of those ladies as well. I believe her name is Lucy. Yeah, with an unimaginable origin story. So I'm assuming some shit's going to go down there as well.
Fair enough. Sounds
We'll
alright.
see.
I,
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of Kristen Ritter, but and I don't
Yeah.
understand like the success, but like all shout outs to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did well in Bad, but yeah, Jessica Jones was not my thing.
Nah, not at all.
No. 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 No.
We don't speak about that one.
No. No. Not at all. All right. So Charlize Theron is going to play Jane for Alfonso Cuarón. Right. So this is going to be a story about um, this woman's relationship with her brother. That's also her twin. Her brother ends up being Philip K. Dick. Philip K. Dick wrote Blade Runner and basically any other piece of science fiction you've ever seen. Really, everything else is based on his work.
It's true.
So she attempts to rescue her brother from his mind basically, and from what I'm reading, Philip K. Dick was on addicted to amphetamines and all that sort of stuff as well. So there's a
Fuck.
there's a real sort of aspect to it. And then she just plunges into his world basically of creation and all that sort of stuff. This is crazy, right? Because it's been produced by Philip K. Dick's daughter, and it is. I don't think it's real. It
No.
says it's a reimagining of her aunt. So what's this choice? We'll see how it goes. It does sound pretty cool though,
Yeah.
because considering he was considered one of the best sci-fi writers of his time,
Yeah.
could be good.
The wild thing about this story is that his twin, played by Charlize Theron, right? Real, but his twin sister actually passed away 6 weeks after they were born.
Jace.
So yeah, this is like a complete reimagining of her perspective, like of them growing up.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a crazy lens to take.
Yeah. It's so weird, man, because he was on amphetamines and all that sort of stuff, but died of a stroke. It wasn't overdose, wasn't anything. It was just a stroke
Yeah.
in March '82.
Yeah. And that would have been like his body just stressed for years from the amphetamines and everything. Yeah. Um, So Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio teaming up for The Wager, which is based on a book called The Wager: A Tale of Shipwreck, Mutiny, and Murder, and it's set to be released in April 2023.
That
So
ain't.
this one is set in the 1740s and tells the story of a group of 30 just destroyed pirates, right? Like they're real fucked up. And they arrive on the coast of Brazil, uh, and they're like welcomed in as heroes, and they're sort of like, oh my god, like you survived all this horrendous shit. Um, and then they start like telling their stories to the local members of the community. And then it jumps to 6 months later, and then a small group of men land on the coast of Chile. And they claim that those pirates that rocked up, those 30 guys, they were actually mutineers.
Fucking
They
hell.
fucked us over. And then it sets in motion this tale of like intrigue and mystery that the British Admiralty, they're trying to uncover it. So it's like this fucking investigation piece into what the events were that led them to this place. It's
Holy
crazy.
shit.
You know what's crazy about this is this would be like that the what's his face, um in the heart of the sea or whatever it is.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, if they were to tell their story properly,
Mm.
and they were like, yeah, and we started eating people,
Hmm.
like people would be like, no, we don't want to hear all that. Like, we, what about that whale? What about that? Tell us more about that whale.
That's right. It sounds like that's what fucking uh the guy that wrote like
Mm,
you fuck all that other shit.
yeah. No, no, no,
Tell
no,
me
no. We
about
don't
the
want to hear
whale.
that. We
Did you
want to hear
get him
about
at
that whale.
least?
It's also like, I mean, what if the people that they mutinied against were doing some really bad shit?
That's the other thing.
That's the other thing. Like, we don't know the reasons why they chose to mutiny.
Yeah. Like maybe they were like child trafficking or something like that.
That's
Or
right. Or
people
stealing.
trafficking.
Yeah, slave trafficking, all that sort of stuff. It was rife back in
Yeah.
the day, especially in
Yep.
those areas.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But it's
True.
funny how DiCaprio sourced this
Mm.
and straight away locked down Scorsese. You know what I mean?
It's not coming out April 2023.
Hell no.
There is no way.
They
No.
might start shooting April 2023.
If I know these guys as well as we all do, this isn't happening until 2024. DiCaprio
True.
likes to take a break. He doesn't like to work like that. He's done close to 3 movies now, back to back.
Yes, he has.
There's no way. There's no way he starts this now.
Yeah.
He had Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He had what's his face, the one on Netflix, and
Don't
now,
look up.
yep, and now what's his face,
Killers.
Killers of the Flower Moon. There's no
That's right.
way him and Scorsese are gonna take a break. They'd be
Yeah.
like, nah. We'll get to it.
See him just do the fucking have a delayed a movie. Yes, I can. Yes, I have. Fuck it up. We got Troy Kotzer, the father from Coda. So he's coming through and he's officially got his new role. So he's going to be playing the coach of a team of deaf soccer players. And this is actually based off an actual soccer team in California because they have a school for the deaf down there as well. And it's going to be a TV series, and it's going to depict the team's historical undefeated season and how it earned a spot in the California State Championship game for the first time in school history. So this sounds fucking cool, man. This guy can act as well. He
Yeah.
fucking killed it.
shoot.
Him as well as the son in Coda,
Yeah.
fucking killed that shit.
Fuck yeah.
So fucking, I'm hanging for the trailer for this because I'm all for the Troy Coates, a TK as I like to call him.
That's cool.
But excited.
All right, so staying with that, with the soccer theme there. So Matt McConaughey, or Matthew, I should say, was supposedly his mother smacked him the first time. He answered to Matt. So Matthew McConaughey, yeah. is going to play a Texas soccer coach in Dallas. In this movie called Dallas Sting, right? So not the first time McConaughey's played a coach. He was in We Are Marshall, which he
Oh yeah.
absolutely smashes. All right, so this one revolves around. It's set in 1984. Uh, what's his name? Ronald Reagan is trying to open up relations with China, right? So they invite the American women's soccer team over, and for the first world championship for women, right? Um, the problem is there is no women's soccer team in the US at the time in 1984. It's not like now where they're the best team on the planet.
Mm.
Yeah, so they have to go through like this massive search nationwide, and they get to this high school team that's playing like top-notch world soccer world's women's soccer for some reason just in high school. They get that team, they send them over. Yeah, but
This should
everyone's
be
going to be
good.
in there. China, Australia, Italy's going to be playing.
That Italy team's gonna be a problem.
No, 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 it's not. It's never there. It's
You
never
always
there.
assume though.
No, 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 because it's us. We
Australia's the top tier.
Yeah, we for some reason had the best women's team for a while now. It's just the Americans caught up.
It's good. I like the competition. I like the upset.
Hmm.
Like when Ireland won in Union, mate, they beat the All Blacks home ground.
It's the first time ever.
Ah, it's the first time in like 20 years or something.
I thought
But
it was.
those up, nah,
I thought it was ever at home.
nah. All Blacks have been beaten at home. But it's those upsets that like make the shit interesting as fuck.
That is true.
And that is it for streaming news.
Sir.
So, kicking it off with the film news there. So, the 79th Venice Film Festival lineup has been announced. So, showing up there, we'll get the blonde, the Anna de Armas one, the Whale, the Brendan Fraser one, Bones and All, Luca Guadagnino's, Timothy Chalamet, Cannibal Story, the Banshees of Inisherin, which is the Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson,
Mm-hmm.
Martin
Martin
McDonough
McDonough,
one,
yeah.
where they fucking they're best friends that hate each other. The Noah Baumbach White Noise starring Adam Driver. The Sun, which is from the guy that directed The Father, the
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins one.
It's the Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman one. We'll get is it Tear or Tor or Tar? But it's
I
the
think it's- I
Kate
think
Blanchett one.
I think it's Tear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll get Tear, which is I think the premiere for this one.
Yeah. The one
This is
that
the
we
Todd
got a
Fields one.
trailer this week. Yeah.
Yeah. And Bardo, which I forgot what this one was. But those are all the competition films, right? The big ones. So the out of competition films that will be shown there is Olivia Wilde's "Don't Worry, Darling," The Master Gardener, Pearl, which is the sequel to Ty West's X, When the Waves Are Gone, and Dead for a Dollar, which is directed by Walter Hill. And then the TV shits that are coming out that are being shown in entirety at Venice is The Kingdom, Exodus, which I don't know if it's a combination of two Ridley Scott films. But that one's the Lars von Trier one, so it's bound to be real fucked up. And then Copenhagen Cowboy, which is the Netflix Winding Refn
Yep.
one, which is probably like 40 hours long, but only like 6 episodes.
What do you call it? Bardo's that Alex Inarritu one. Alejandro.
That's right. Yeah, this is his first one. His first one since Revenant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had to build some stuff, did he?
Yeah. Oh man.
I like that. Oh, he had to be basically walked away because he could have done anything he wanted to in the world, right? And just said, no, 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 I got to go live some life first, and then I'll come back and do this. I love
That's
it.
it. Fuck, that's mad.
If the Revenant's anything to go by as the cursor for like what I'm gonna see in this fucking movie visually, I'm excited.
Yeah.
He changes it up every time though. He will
Yeah.
like it's not going to be the same as the Revenant. Everything will be different now. This
Yeah.
man will probably go, oh well, I want to shoot on film for this one, and it'll be 16 millimeter or something like something crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everything is always interesting and dynamic. Like if you look at Birdman to The Revenant,
Yeah.
the shit is completely different, but it's so engaging at the same time. Like I only watched the first like 45 minutes of Birdman, but that opening was fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like you go straight into that movie. And Keaton
Yeah.
just like he's good at like he's a master at fucking casting because
Yeah.
Keaton just nails
Yeah.
that shit.
Because this is all going to be based in Mexico as well, with this guy coming home. So I'm expecting like some mad location at least, fucking coming from this.
As long as he's got uh, the best cinematographer on the planet shooting that film, I don't care. You could shoot, you could shoot like just video of him going to the toilet and people go watch it.
As long as it's got like magic hour in the back. So
Yeah.
lit by candlelight.
Fucking hell. What do you call it? So with the Venice Film Festival, there was also the Toronto International Film Festival as well. So they had a lot of major premieres with theirs as well coming up. So we got Glass Onion, the new Knives Out film coming out, the Ryan Johnson number. We've also got Spielberg's The Fablemans. Then we've also got fucking Sam Mendes or Mendes with Empire of Light. Billy Eichner's Bros. Fucking Sebastian Lelio's The Wonder. Fucking the Harry Styles led movie, not the Darling one, the My Policeman one.
Yeah.
And then Viola Davis is The Woman King. We also got that Causeway movie we spoke about last week with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yep.
Henry Selick's Wendell and Wild. And as well as that Nick Cage's Butcher's Crossing too.
Damn. Fuck.
So we got a lot of film fucking coming up.
Yeah. If you had to choose between going to one, which one is it going to be?
Butchers.
Yeah, The Butcher's Crossing with Cage? The
Yeah.
Western.
Did you say out of that list or just out of the whole festivals?
Out of the festivals.
Out of the festivals, I want to go. What's his face? Venice.
What's the film that's like making that the one for you?
Banshees. Straight up.
Damn it. I forgot about Banshees there for a little bit.
It's for me. It's McDonough and what's his face. Farrell and Gleason working together again is just it's perfect. Like it's just perfect. Those two together just work so well.
That chemistry, eh?
Yeah.
Fuck. Because Oz would choose Toronto, but only because of that first three movies. What were they again? Fuck.
Glass Onion, The Fablemans,
right.
and Empire of Light.
Fablemans and yeah, those three. That'd be the thing that'd get me to Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto.
All I'm saying is that there's three of us, potentially four. We split up and reconvene.
Yeah, for me,
We bootleg the fuck out of these festivals.
for me, like the Whale, Banshees, and the Sun is a better. What's his face? Yeah, because I really want to see what Fraser is going to bring,
Yeah.
and that Bones and All.
and Bones and all. Yeah,
Because that sounds fucking wild. But yeah, maybe you're right about Venice. Damn it.
it's easier to get. Oh, is it? No. Yeah, actually, it's easier to get into Venice as well. But tight now to get into Toronto there. all the rules they have over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so our last piece of film news. All right. So we heard last week that Alicia Vikander said that she has no idea what's going on with Tomb Raider. It's come out this week that due to rights, the Tomb Raider IP has now gone back to Graham King over there at GK Films. Now, the planned sequel that Misha Green was going to shoot is dead. Basically, it's done. Um, they're, they're not even sure if they're going to bring back Alicia Vikander. It's rumored that there's going to be a recasting and everything for this whole film.
Fuck.
Yeah. So when they were saying that it's ready and it's just being written and all that other bullshit, that wasn't the case. Nothing was ready.
Fucking hell.
It's a bit disappointing. I'm
Motherfuckers.
hoping that they do go back now. They do it like the games, hard R game, hard R movie. You know what I mean? Just get it done. Doesn't have to be a lot of swearing and like excessive violence, but just be able to have that stuff in there would be cool.
Yeah. I almost think it could work as a series.
I think so too.
Like just do it as a season.
It's perfect, right? I
Yeah.
mean, those games are 6 to 7 hours of gameplay.
That's right.
So it lends itself perfectly to a TV series. That's the problem that we have with these with the movies. You have to fit too much into too little time.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Character and lore for
that's right.
sometimes a game series that has gone on for fucking like over 10 years,
Hmm.
and it just doesn't translate to a movie because you're trying to pack it in. I'm looking at you, Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City.
I'm looking at you, Warcraft. Like,
I just didn't like Warcraft.
I haven't
Some
watched
re-
it.
for some reason, I really enjoyed Warcraft, but I haven't thrown it on again.
Hmm. Supposed to be fire though. Audio wise, video
Yeah.
wise.
Give it to me, champion.
You know, we
Pause.
get it.
I'm disappointed, man, because I like Misha Green.
Yeah.
After Lovecraft,
Mm.
like give me more Misha Green.
Yeah. I'm
All
hoping it's
right.
because Misha Green just said, nah, sign that deal over there by HBO Max. We're doing a second season of Lovecraft.
If they fucking come out and say that, mate, I'm there. I'm fucking there. All right. That's it for our film news this week. Kicking it off with movie trailers. We got our first look at Till, the story of Emmett Till from the mother's perspective. This shit looks heart wrenching because you're seeing the pain of a parent of like and finding out her son died and how he died, and making that a statement for something that the black community can sort of rally behind during a time of increasing hatred and racism. That was fucking disgusting. This shit comes out on October 14th. That one's going to be hard to watch. Tear, October 7th. Medieval, this is completely Czech produced, directed, and I think filmed in. It's got Ben Foster in there, Michael Caine. Um,
Of course, filmed in. It has
it
to
looks
be.
it
That's how
looks
you bring.
fucking beautiful.
That's how you bring down the cost, my friends.
Yeah. That one's dropping on September 9th. We got the Kevin Hart, Mark Wahlberg Me Time, which looks all right. It's R-rated.
It's yeah. So I'm guessing that some of the jokes that we saw weren't that funny, but the R-rated jokes will be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That opens up August 26th. We got Pearl, the X prequel, dropping on September 16th. I watched X yesterday, and didn't realize what it actually was. I thought this trailer had lots of spoilers. It didn't. So wasted my time there. A League of Their Own, the series that's dropping on Amazon Prime August 12th. This looks alright as well. Echoes, the Michelle Monaghan one that's dropping on Netflix, is coming out August 19th. That looks alright. Samaritan, this is Sylvester Stallone. One that's dropping on Amazon Prime August 26th. This is directed by the same guy that directed Overlord.
Yeah. Julius Avery.
Julius Avery, that's right. He's
Yep.
a Kiwi as well. Netflix's Pinocchio is dropping in December. This looks like Guillermo del Toro is a modern day Tim Burton.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how it's kind of feeling. We got Bad Sisters on Apple TV Plus dropping August 19th. Got a look there. This looks all right.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be some bullshit, but no, this is like how they done it
Hmm.
against a real cunt of a brother-in-law. Running with the Devil dropping August 24th. The John McAfee story. This
Hmm.
shit looks wild.
This would
John
be the
McAfee was
second.
some.
Yeah, this will be the second documentary I watch about this. So,
Oh really?
yeah, he was a wild boy. John
He
McAfee
really
was a
was.
wild boy.
McAfee was a fucking trip. I tell you that much.
Oh,
Holy shit, this looks wild. Got the. I didn't know this was even happening. The Let the Right One In series, the Showtime series, dropping October 7th. Right, this one's got Demian Bashir. Um, I don't know if he's a father or a caretaker, right? But it looks adequately fucked up.
is it different now? Is he the adult vampire?
No,
No, it's still the
no,
mother.
it's still what what appears to be his daughter, but he's like her caretaker, and she
Yeah.
met him when he was younger or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, apparently the boy that was in the original Let the Right One In or Let Me In, so that story is kind of been reduced, so it focuses on that relationship with her and the caretaker.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're taking their time so they can go on to another season, because this one looks like an actual show.
Oh.
Uh, Moonage Daydream, dropping September 16th for
Mm-hmm.
cinemas. This looks great as
Yeah.
well. We got a first look at Oppenheimer, which is
Mm.
dropping next year, July 21st, which really showed you nothing. Right, this
Absolutely.
was a very moody sort of trailer. Didn't even. It sounded like there was voiceovers from a few people, maybe Matt Damon and Robert Downey,
Yeah.
uh, but you don't really hear Killian Murphy just yet. I don't know. Maybe you do. Uh,
I mean, he's going to be doing it. He has to be doing an accent, right?
yeah, the accent god is gonna show up for
Yeah.
sure. uh,
Fucking accent god.
he is, man.
He is.
We got an extended look at Blonde as well. Is the most
Mhm.
that we kind of seen. I'm a little bit worried about the accent there. You hear her talk, but I don't know if she's got it just yet. Um,
She doesn't.
House of, huh?
She doesn't.
It, she still sounds very,
Yeah. Argentinian.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I've got to watch the movie. I got to
Mm.
watch it. Maybe I didn't hear it like in full atmos or whatever. All right, we got House of Darkness, which is the Justin Long one. This looks kind of freaky. It's an
Mm.
adaptation of Edgar Allan Poe's story. It's
Yes.
a reimagining of that, where he thinks the date's going well until it's not going well. Kate Bosworth's in here as well. I haven't seen Kate Bosworth in years, but she still looks good.
I haven't seen
Um,
it since she was that white trash chick in that Statham movie.
she her
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
fucking
That's Kate Bosworth. Yeah. She looks like she's strung out on bloody what's his face in there. Just meth.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
We also got God's Country. This is the Tandy Ware Newton film. Do I remember it? I don't think I even really
I don't
remember
remember this one.
the trailer, um, but it looks like people are after her.
Yeah.
And then we got our first look at Little Demon, which it looks hilarious. This show,
I didn't
Danny
expect.
DeVito, Lucy DeVito, and Aubrey Plaza, and apparently Arnie's gonna be in here. Ron Perlman showing up.
My man.
It looks fucking. It looks pretty good because it's like an adult sort of take on that.
Mm.
That's it for
So
trailers
what's
this
up,
week.
trailers?
Yes,
Fuck,
sir.
we had a lot.
Yeah.
We're ramping up now, friend. It's ramping up. It's
Yeah.
coming into what I like to call Oscar season.
Yeah, yeah. You can see all the Oscar faves in there.
Yeah, you can.
And when all the film festivals line up.
That's right. Especially Venice and what's his face, TIFF.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the end of the year now. It'll start warming up here in Oz soon as well.
It's my time to shine, baby.
Badly. We get some of that sun.
Yes, sir. Moving into our entertainment news, unfortunately, we've had a few, I guess, some sad news roll through for this week. For our first piece, we have famous British actor David Warner has unfortunately passed away. He was 80. From what the news has been saying, it was a cancer-related illness as well. Um, so he was a very big staple actor who was very good at playing villains. And from what everyone said about David off the set as well, he was a very compassionate, very kind man off the set. He was a very, very good man. He got a BAFTA nomination for Morgan, a suitable case for treatment. Um, which is very sad to see. Like people see him in many films outside of there too. So he was MCP in Sark in Tron. He was the photographer in The Omen. He was evil in Terry Gilliam's Time Bandits. He was Jack the Ripper in Time After Time. He was Dr. Wren in The Mouth of Madness as well.
He is.
So he was everywhere. He was also Spicer Lovejoy in Cameron's Titanic too.
Yeah, there's a real cunt in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Planted that
I
fucking
know.
necklace.
But no, it's sad to see him go, honestly.
He is the guy that gets his head chopped off in The Omen, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he?
I think he is.
Yeah.
I think
I
so.
know he dies in that movie.
Yeah.
He's either that guy or he's the guy who gets the stake through him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow.
He was huge into Star Trek as well, as in like heaps of acting roles within that universe. And he voiced Ra's al Ghul in Batman as well,
Yeah.
Oh man.
in the animated series, yeah. So dude was everywhere. Both
And he
audio
did
as well as
games.
visual. Yeah, he killed it.
Fuck.
Far out. Sad to see him go. Condolences to his family, his friends as well, and everything moving forward.
All right. So another RIP this week was Paul Sorvino. So Mira Sorvino's dad, Paulie in Goodfellas. Paul Sorvino just had he was always that guy. He was always the best he was the character actor, man. He was always there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the saddest thing is seeing when Mira Sorvino dedicates her Oscar to him when she wins it, and he just fucking breaks down.
Yeah.
And he was also the bad guy / agent in Knockoff, wasn't he?
Yes. Executed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually.
Yeah.
Because he was like trying to steal Van Damme's character off Schneider.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, he's always Paulie.
That's right. Yeah. Same.
Paulie doesn't move unless Paulie wants to. I love it.
When he slaps Leota like that.
Oh man. I love when he's what's his face and he's like, I don't know about the restaurant business. Come on, and he looks at what's his face like that, and then the guy says he's like, what do you want me to do? Like just whack this guy? And he's like, the other guy's like, I wouldn't, I don't think that's such a bad idea. And you see his face change, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Like that piece of acting was just beautiful. Like it's weird with this guy because originally he was like, I don't want to do Goodfellas, and Scorsese came to him personally.
Jeez.
I said, I want you for this role and everything, and he was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be what's his face. I don't want to play a mob guy and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then he eventually he did it because he saw what he could do with it, right?
Yeah.
And how he could sort of mold it to how he wanted it to be. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Paulie is more him than anything else, supposedly.
That's mad.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you say that. Like he wasn't just like the mafia guy, even though he could be,
Yeah.
because he was also in fucking Romeo and Juliet for Baz Luhrmann.
Yeah.
He was the father,
He was
Montague father.
Montague father, yeah.
Yeah, that's sad shit, man.
Yeah.
Also, rest in peace to Bernard Cribbens. Bernard Cribbens had an extremely good run early on in his career. Like, the man's been acting for 7 decades, which is wild, right? So he actually started on the Carry On films. He did like several of those, right? And then he has like this little break, and he's kind of doing like little pictures and whatnot. And then he comes back into the spotlight for the Doctor Who show in the 2000s, and he's only got a couple of episodes right at the end, but he plays one of the characters' fathers that um, played a really big part in the show, and he became a series favorite. And his last piece of on-screen work will be that the new Doctor Who revival, not revival, but series with David Tennant, Catherine Tate, and that, like, I think that's coming out either next year or some other time. But yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
It's not their Christmas special. You know how they usually do a Christmas special.
Yeah, I think this is the actual season. I don't know. I'm not gonna say because I don't want to. I don't want all the Doctor Who fans to be like, "It's not the fucking one, mate." But yeah, rest in peace to Bernard Cribbens.
We another RIP as well for Mary Alice. So a lot of people in the younger crowds would know Mary Alice as the second Oracle in The Matrix. So she took the role from Gloria Foster after Gloria Foster unfortunately passed away as well. And that's how I knew her. But then reading into a lot of her like accolades moving forward as well, she was a machine. So Mary Alice started as a teacher, wasn't an actor like first and foremost. She was a teacher and then got into stage play, where she enjoyed 40 years of doing what she loved. She was, nominated for a Tony. And there was just a lot of accolades there as well. There was an article I read where she was speaking about race within, the acting, I guess, biome, and she was like, once you get to an age as like a female African American, a lot of people sort of relegate all of your roles to like this like wise and nurturing mother, and how you can be really good at something and then move forward with that too, and still become diverse in a lot of other films too. Yeah. So rest in peace to Mary Alice.
Yeah, another legend.
Yeah.
Only legends, man. Far out.
Yeah.
We have to lose now.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. So our last piece of entertainment news this week. So Will Smith has released a close to 6-minute video of him apologizing for the Oscar incident. So in the video, he addresses a few questions that fans had and everything, and he goes through it. He apologizes publicly to Chris Rock. He talks about the sort of broken relationships and whatnot that's happened because of the incident. It felt real. It is and it isn't a rollout. You know what I mean? Like, we know he's got a project over there with Apple that needs to start moving and whatnot if he wants to be in consideration for next year's Oscars. So everything needs to start moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also needs that movie to keep getting work.
Yeah.
Everything else got cancelled in the aftermath of the slap.
Yeah.
Emancipation was the only thing dude really had. It's not like he's gonna throw out another Shark Tale, Bad Boys. Even though Martin Lawrence said, "Oh, we got one more." There's a lot of work that's got to be done for everyone to be like back all right and on Will Smith's side
Yeah.
to get that out. I mean, he apologized to the fans and like he committed to let's be friends again. Like, you know, I'm gonna do a lot of work to make sure that we get there.
Yeah.
And it's a big fall from grace for an actor at that stature to now like do his own PR rollout.
Yeah. Suppose
It's kind of scary.
yeah, for something like this, though, you'd want it to be from directly from him. I don't think I'd take
100%.
a publicist's take on what sort
Yeah,
of happened and all that sort of stuff.
yeah,
I do myself feel is genuine. Yeah, he spoke on Chris Rock and actually reaching out to Chris and everything, and apologizing directly to him and him saying he's not ready just yet to sort of talk through it, but he will eventually talk through it with him, and yeah, um, yeah, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, it was a huge step, and I'm guessing he waited until everything died down to really address it, so it wasn't caught in the flame and the pitchforks and all the other opinions swimming around at the time as well. Definitely would have taken a lot to sort of sit down and fucking address all that shit in one hit.
but you know, even before this apology came out, I'm watching that Emancipation movie.
Of course.
Know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm also
100%.
like sitting down and watching whatever stand up Chris Rock's doing.
Of course.
Know what I mean? Like, nothing stopped
Yeah.
me from enjoying content from both of these guys.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get involved in sort of like the political side of it, and saying like, you know, who's right and who's wrong. But more just I wouldn't do that.
I know. I'm here for the content, people. That's all
it.
I'm here for, man. I don't care.
But yeah, um, I I hope to see Will Smith like happy again and putting out content. I want to
That,
see
that
the next Bad Boys movie. I want to
well,
see
that's
like, you know,
the
what
other.
else he's got.
Yeah, that's the other thing, right? He didn't look too happy in that video.
No, no, he
He
didn't.
looked like he was close to tears when he was talking.
Which is probably why they also had to cut it like they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's also at a really interesting point in his more mature career, right? He's a bit older now. He can jump into dramatic fare. He can get into his old man action bag. He doesn't have to do those blockbuster tentpole movies anymore. We can
Yeah.
really see Will Smith shine in something that is small.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I hope to not see him, like his career, sort of get doused out now when we haven't seen the real sort of iconic Will Smith TV show
Yep.
where he does a 6-part limited series,
Yeah.
or the fucking the small dramatic Will Smith role where it's not like this big budget soaring action, like or sort of big budget drama.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? Like I think his best work is probably in front of him, and right now he's probably not in the best space to take the risks that like a Denzel would take. Like we haven't seen Will Smith direct a movie.
Which I think he'd be really good at, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like the way that Will's mind works is next level.
Yeah, and the team that's
Unbelievable.
behind him
Yeah.
and the support.
Lassiter, James Lassiter, man.
Yeah,
James Lassiter, like combined with Will Smith, choosing projects and whatnot.
That's it.
There is no one else that could do that.
yeah. That's why Will Smith's Will Smith,
Yeah.
and I think that is also the reason why everyone's sort of like really disappointed and shitting on him. Yeah,
I can't shit on Will Smith. I think I watched 2 Will Smith movies this fucking week. What are we doing? That's
to
my
me,
guy,
that's just
man.
Tuesday. You know?
That's my guy.
Yeah.
And that's it entertainment news. It's another week down there. Um, all right, I'm gonna just like do rap shit and Blackbird real quick, and then we can get into Westworld. So off a recommendation from the For Your Reference pod guys, I watched the first two episodes of rap shit. This shit was fucking good.
All right, all
Um,
right. Is it half an hour episodes?
yeah,
Damn it.
and it's all shown through like social media or the iPhone camera and stuff like that. So it's all from that perspective.
Yeah.
Um, but it's about this chick that sort of she's working like this dead end job. She's trying to really get noticed for her lyrics and rapping. And she hooks up with this chick that she was friends with in high school, and then they start to form like a rap group, and it's really like when we put this pod together and it was figuring out your feet and how you wanted to say it and what you wanted to say and the delivery of it and whatnot. It kind of feels like that, and that's what sort of gets me excited. It's when that plan comes together, and O sometimes gets real emotional about that. When someone realizes their potential or whatnot, that's kind of what this show's like, but it's done in a really funny way. And yeah, I'm on board for the rest of the season. It very much feels like Insecure, but yeah, it's pretty cool, man. The people that they've got cast in there is fucking crazy, and it doesn't really fall on the tropes of like like the black stereotypes. Like for instance, RJ Seiler plays a character, right? And he's like the baby daddy that really isn't shit.
Hmm.
But like for him, he works in the music industry, so it's not like he gets like a salary.
Yeah.
So when he gives, it's fucking big. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? He actually gives, and like they have a good co-parenting relationship. But yeah, if you check it out, check it out. It's worth checking out. I don't know why I said check it out that many times. Blackbird, what I thought was the finale, thank fuck it wasn't. But Larry Hall, he's fucking like he's talking now, and Jimmy Keen's like he's there. There's a reaction shot in here after Jimmy gets some information from Larry about these murders and whatnot, and Taron Egerton like really sells that shit. It's intense. The paranoia that they kind of create because Jimmy Keen is a cop son, and to have a cop son in a prison isn't the best place to
No.
be. So they create that paranoia. They create like this sort of this tension with getting the information from this alleged serial killer, and it all just kind of came out in this episode. So I'm excited, man, to see what they're gonna do and how they're gonna wrap it up next week, because there's some threads that are being pulled there in and out of the prison, and Oz is on board.
Yes.
This is the best shit that I've seen Egerton in fucking ages. But then the last thing that I got to look at was Rocket Man. So it's like it's a win coming off of a win. You know what I mean?
One of the best biopics ever made.
Fucking oath.
Maybe second to Straight Outta Compton. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When we were talking about musical biopics, I completely forgot Straight Outta Compton. I completely forgot Walk the Line. There's some
But
greats out there.
Straight Outta Compton for me is always number one because it's hip hop. Like that's what I listen to.
Yeah, they're fucking amped. that fucking movie.
Straight Outta Compton could have been a bloody TV series, and I still think it should have been.
Fuck yeah. That would
To
be
let
sick, actually. There's a
let
lot of
that
history
story, yeah, let that story breathe would have been unbelievable. Like what they're doing with Wu Tang, like I'm enjoying it.
there. Is that show good?
You know how fire that show is.
Is it? Fuck. One doesn't have that much time.
What did you tell me? You gotta eat it like an elephant. Pause.
Giraffe.
Like a giraffe.
And
Smash
then we
with
got
two
our fifth episode of Westworld, so we're halfway through the show now. And this one was about what is that world? If the world that we thought that we were living in was completely 100% controlled, Like, what is that world and how do people live? And we got that insight in this episode, which was
Yeah.
wild, right? Because it was more about you didn't see Bernard. It wasn't badass Bernard like wrecking shit this fucking episode.
Oh, we got
It
nothing.
was uh, Christine and Teddy,
Teddy, yeah.
and that world opening up.
Literally opening up, and her sort of opening up to be able to see the world for how it is and what she can do.
Which was wild. She is the god, literally.
Yeah.
She is the storyteller for everyone.
It's for me it's weird though, right? Because like what is uh Tessa,
Charlotte.
yeah, what's she trying to build? What is she trying to build? Event like what is the end game? I don't see the end game. That's what I'm trying to figure out now.
I
Because
almost
she's got the control and everything. And she can control humans as well as the hosts. What is the end game?
I almost think it's perfection because she's almost. It's weird how she set it up. She set it up like, okay, you have free will as the host. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Uh, but you can also choose to go to the sublime, which is
Yeah.
heaven.
Yeah.
So and lots of machines aren't choosing that, which is like directly like the world. You know what I mean? It's like you have religion as a structure that tries to keep people within the rules of that religion, and if you follow it, you go to heaven. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's trying to the hosts, um, and then also putting a structure and guards in place for Dolores to not break free of because she needs her to serve that purpose of creating the storylines for the humans. It's yeah, it's wild, wild times.
It's crazy, man. It's
This
so
was also the
different.
yeah. I didn't think Westworld would end up here.
No. No.
Um, was this also the episode where Stubbs and those renegade O's in the desert went to go rescue that insurgent?
Yeah. Yeah. So what the people who wake up from the Matrix basically, they can actually see the tower and whatnot within that Westworld that they've built. And it's weird because they're able to infect hosts,
Yeah,
right? So we get a scene of Ed Harris talking to these two people, and then he gets called away to a host that's just gone crazy and killed a whole bunch of people because she spoke to an infected person
yeah,
and wanted. It's almost like she wanted to die, right? She wanted to be decommissioned, which was
yeah,
crazy. And they say that humans that can see the tower are infected with something that can infect hosts.
yeah,
It sort of changes their programming, which is wild, right?
yeah,
It makes them think.
yeah. They
Yeah.
truly become aware, and
Yeah.
it's almost like if you had perfection, you could do whatever you want. When fear enters in, it
Yeah.
fucks everything up,
Yeah.
and Charlotte's just not getting that.
No.
And then
Not
by
at
the
all.
end of that episode, William is also fucked up
Yeah.
and reaches out to the real William because the host William's kind of being the guy running around or whatnot. I kind of like seeing William in his normal, just his black attire, not the Western shit.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But then, yeah, it goes to the real William who's in cryo freeze.
But that's not the real William, right?
Yeah, I didn't think that was him either.
He's dead. The real William's dead. Remember,
Yeah,
he died in season 2 already.
yeah, and then they reprogrammed him.
Yeah.
So who is this guy then?
Who knows? Maybe
So
it's the
many more
other.
fucking questions.
Yeah. The other William somehow communicating through this body from the sublime. We don't know. Yeah. There
That'd
has
be kind of weird.
there has to be, because you can't just get rid of that sublime. Like it can't just be, but especially with the way that uh, what's his face was using the sublime to see the future.
Yeah,
Bernard. That
that's right.
information can't just go the one way.
Hmm.
There has to
So how
be
do they get it
something.
out?
Yeah, there's something in that dam that they needed, right? Because we forget about that first episode and why he was at the dam and
Yeah.
what he was getting. That he says it's hidden there, and they need to get something. There's
So,
just something there.
so was that maybe in that 8 years?
Maybe.
Because we don't know when that was in the timeline. Could that
Yeah.
be that first 8 years and then the jump
Yeah.
and then the other jump?
Who knows?
Fucking hell.
I just can't wait. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock is Westworld time, my friend.
I know way. All the answers.
11 a.m. like Australian time, it drops.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh, because
man.
it comes out Sunday nights in the States.
Right. You can watch it before work, my friend.
I could.
It's on the phone.
All right. That's it. That's a wrap on the whole week. Thanks to everyone listening, everyone watching live. If you don't know, we're live on Twitch and YouTube. So check us out.
Every week, close
every
to
week.
11:30. Yeah.
Most Sundays, except for the off Sunday when it's not. But you know, we'll keep everyone informed. But yeah, love yourself, love movies. Join us next week for more movie news and our thoughts on Prey. And I think 13 Lives is coming out, and I'm not going to be able to watch all of Sandman, but I'm gonna do my best.
Oh, it
Do my
depends on
best.
how many episodes of Sandman there is.
That's true. Like if there's six, I could knock out a quick six.
Yeah, if it's 6, then that's all right.
I'll knock that shit over, maybe. Like, we'll see.
Oh, sorry. Vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you say the love yourself, love movies. That's my bad.
I said it first. Ciao.